Welcome to Once Upon English.
The enigmatic artist who painted her soul. Frida Kahlo's story is not just about art, it's about life itself. It's a tale of intense pain and extraordinary creativity, of love and loss, and of a woman who refused to be defined by the limits society imposed on her. Born in 1907 in Mexico, Frida's life was shaped by tragedy and triumph. She turned her suffering into powerful paintings that speak to the deepest human emotions. Her vivid colors and bold imagery reveal a world of passion and resilience. This is the journey of a woman who painted her own reality, breaking rules, defying expectations, and becoming one of the most iconic artists of the 20th century. Roots and childhood, the making of a rebel. Frida Kahlo was born Magdalena Carmen Frida Kahlo y Calderón on July 6, 1907, in Coyoacán, a small town that would later become a borough of Mexico City. From the very beginning, her life was marked by both beauty and hardship. Frida was the daughter of a German immigrant father, Wilhelm Kahlo, a professional photographer, and a Mexican mother, Matilda Calderon. Her father introduced her to the world of art and photography, capturing the life around them with a curious eye. Despite the loving environment at home, Frida's early years were difficult. When she was just 6 years old, she contracted polio, a disease that left her right leg thinner and weaker than her left. This physical challenge marked the beginning of a lifelong struggle with pain and injury. Frida was a lively and curious child. She was determined to live life on her own terms, showing an early rebellious streak against traditional expectations of girls at that time. She loved to read, paint, and express herself. Her dream was to become a doctor, and she enrolled at the National Preparatory School in Mexico City, one of the few girls at the time to do so. This ambition was unusual and bold for a young woman in the early 20th century Mexico, but fate had a different plan. At the age of 18, Frida's life changed forever. The accident. Pain that sparked a masterpiece. On September 17th, 1925, Frida Kahlo's life took a dramatic and tragic turn. While riding a bus in Mexico City, the vehicle collided violently with a streetcar. Frida was thrown from the bus, suffering multiple serious injuries that would affect her for the rest of her life. The extent of the injuries: fractured spine and collarbone, broken ribs and pelvis, a shattered right leg, severe injuries to her abdomen and uterus. Doctors feared she might never walk again, and her dreams of becoming a doctor were shattered. During months of painful recovery, confined to a hospital bed and later a body cast, Frida found solace in painting. Her father set up an easel and mirrors so she could paint herself portraits. These paintings became a powerful form of expression for her, a way to communicate pain, identity, and resilience. Her early work after the accident reveals raw emotion, vivid colors, and symbolism drawn from Mexican folk art and her personal suffering. The accident not only changed her body, but also ignited her artistic passion, shaping the themes that would define her life's work. Frida's pain was deeply personal, but also universal. She transformed physical suffering into visual stories that resonate with people across cultures and generations. The rise of an artist and the love that changed everything. After her accident and long recovery, Frida Kahlo's passion for painting grew stronger. She began developing a unique style that combined surrealism, Mexican folk art, and deeply personal symbolism. Frida's paintings reflected her life's pain, identity, and dreams. Her self-portraits became famous for their honesty. They revealed not only her physical suffering, but also her emotional struggles and fierce spirit. In the late 1920s and early 1930s, Frida started to gain recognition in Mexico's vibrant art scene. Her bold colors, intricate details, and fearless exploration of taboo subjects like pain, death, and female experience set her apart from other artists. In 1928, Frida met Diego Rivera, a well-known Mexican muralist and political activist. Their relationship was intense and complicated, filled with passion, love, jealousy, and mutual admiration. Diego was 20 years older and already famous. He saw Frida's talent immediately and encouraged her artistic development. They married in 1929, forming a powerful partnership that influenced both their lives and careers. Despite their love, their marriage faced many challenges, including Diego's infidelities and Frida's health problems. Yet, their connection remained a driving force in Frida's art and life. Masterpieces, politics, and personal turmoil. During the 1930s and 1940s, Frida Kahlo produced many of her most famous works. Paintings like The Two Fridas and Self-Portrait with Thorn Necklace and Hummingbird are rich in symbolism, portraying her dual heritage, pain, and identity struggles. Her art combined Mexican culture and folklore, vivid colors, traditional costumes, and native symbols, surrealism elements, dreamlike and symbolic imagery. Although Frida herself rejected the label of surrealist, personal suffering and resilience, unflinching portrayals of her physical and emotional pain. Frida and Diego were both deeply involved in leftist politics. They joined the Mexican Communist Party and supported causes like workers' rights and anti-fascism. Frida used her art and voice to express solidarity with oppressed people worldwide. She even met influential figures such as Leon Trotsky, who briefly stayed at their home in Mexico. Her political engagement added another layer of meaning and boldness to her work, making her not just an artist, but a symbol of resistance and identity. Despite her success, Frida's life was filled with pain and hardship. She underwent numerous painful surgeries. She experienced multiple miscarriages and heartbreaks. Her marriage with Diego was turbulent, with periods of separation and reconciliation. Yet through all this, she remained fiercely independent and creative, channeling her struggles into art that continues to inspire millions. The art of Frida Kahlo, symbolism, style, and technique. Frida Kahlo's art cannot be easily classified. While often linked to surrealism, she rejected that label, saying, "They thought I was a surrealist, but I'm not. I never painted dreams. I painted my own reality." Her style is a rich blend of Mexican folk art and indigenous traditions. Vivid, bold colors that reflect the vibrancy of Mexican culture. personal symbolism that tells stories of pain, love, and identity. Frida's paintings are filled with symbols, monkeys and parrots, often representing innocence but also playfulness, and sometimes her own wild spirit, thorns, blood, and broken hearts, vivid depictions of her physical and emotional suffering, traditional Tehuana costumes, symbols of Mexican heritage and female strength, nature, elements, flowers, roots, and animals, connection to life, fertility, and death. Detailed look at famous works. 1. The Two Fridas, 1939. This double self-portrait reflects Frida's complex identity, showing two versions of herself, one in European dress and one in traditional Mexican costume. It symbolizes her feelings of loneliness and dual heritage. 2. Self-portrait with thorn necklace and hummingbird, 1940. Frida paints herself with a crown of thorns, symbolizing pain, while the hummingbird, a symbol of hope and freedom, hangs lifeless. The background filled with leaves and animals reflects her connection to nature. 3. The Broken Column, 1944. In this deeply personal painting, Frida portrays herself with a shattered spine, emphasizing her physical agony. The nails piercing her body symbolize ongoing suffering. Each painting tells a story that goes beyond the visual, inviting the viewer to explore the depths of human emotion and resilience. Final years, lasting legacy, and eternal influence. As the years passed, Frida's health steadily declined. The pain from her injuries and numerous surgeries took a heavy toll on her body and spirit. Yet, her creative fire never dimmed. During the 1940s, she continued painting prolifically, exploring new themes and styles while remaining deeply connected to Mexican culture and her personal narrative. Despite worsening health, Frida held her first solo exhibition in Mexico City in 1953. An extraordinary achievement as she was hospitalized during the opening. Frida Kahlo passed away on July 13, 1954, at the age of 47. Though her life was short and often painful, her impact was immense. At the time of her death, she was not as widely known internationally, but over the decades, her work and story have grown in stature, transforming her into a global icon of art, feminism, and resilience. Frida's life and art continue to captivate audiences around the world because she embraced her identity, celebrating Mexican culture and personal truth, confronted pain and vulnerability, turning suffering into beauty and strength, broke social and artistic boundaries, challenging norms about gender, sexuality, and art, inspired generations, from artists to activists to everyday people seeking courage and authenticity. Museums, exhibitions, films, and books celebrate Frida Kahlo's extraordinary life. Her image adorns everything from murals in Mexico City to fashion and pop culture worldwide. Her story is a beacon for anyone facing adversity, reminding us that creativity and passion can transform pain into power, and that the most personal stories can become universal legends. Her last words in her diary were chilling yet poetic. "I hope the exit is joyful, and I hope never to return." Many believe her death was a suicide. She had written about death for years, but whether intentional or natural, Her passing marked the birth of a legend. After her death, her reputation grew beyond imagination. She became a symbol of feminism, disability rights, Mexican identity, LGBTQ plus pride, and artistic freedom. Her face appeared on walls, t-shirts, postage stamps, and political posters. But she is not a brand. She is a mirror, reflecting our own wounds, our own beauty, our own courage to live with pain and still create something magnificent. Frida's life was not meant to be easy. It was meant to be honest. She gave the world a new vision of beauty, where broken bones, heartbreak, and blood were not to be hidden, but honored. She taught us this. You don't need to be whole to be complete. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. And you don't need to be pain-free to make beauty eternal. Frida Kahlo didn't paint to escape life. She painted to transform it. And in doing so, she became more than a painter. She became a language of pain, a color of resilience, a flame that never goes out. Her life began with a storm. It ended in fire, and the world has never stopped looking at her since. What do you think about Frida Kahlo's story? Have you ever turned pain into something beautiful, like she did through her art? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful life journeys. Thanks for watching and being with us.